You're Superb back with another video, and I just got done watching Wentworth season 9, or the final season, episode 6. And I don't know how you guys feel about this season. I'm liking it, but my concern is how they're going to wrap this up in about what, 4 more episodes. It almost feels like there's another season. I don't know. Maybe a little works of magic, but before I get into this review, hit that like button, subscribe, follow me on Twitter at pertminder420. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below about this whole episode and the season so far. How are you liking it? So there's a lot going on in this episode. You start to see Judy and Lou start to work a little bit closer together, started to really get their plans in motion. Stuff at with the guards and everything isn't looking too good. They're still trying to look for that camera. Ferguson is sitting there plotting, and Vera lets Will know, like, yo, this is what's going on. She completely remembers. And we got Judy over here trying to really abuse her kind of her power and her protection with Lou by trying to bully Mari out of her cell because she doesn't feel safe being around Allie and all them. And what was interesting also about this whole entire scene is Lou and Ferguson kind of bump heads, and I like where that goes later on into this episode. So you have Mari trying to ask Allie, like, can I stay with y'all? Can I be in your guys' cell? And that obviously is not going to go well. On the other side of things, I like that we're finally starting to get somewhere with Rita and her trying to clear her name. While that's going on, all Ruby, Boomer, and Rita are all kind of at a loss of words. I don't know if that's the right term, but they feel some type of way with Mari trying to stay there, and Rita kind of puts Mari in check, but she better be careful, man, because Mari is a very dangerous character. We'll get into why. So we finally get Lou meeting up with one of Judy's people that are going to make the bomb, and where they're going to place it. And where they're going to place it is going to be catastrophic for, the prison guards, because that's where they want to strike first. While this is going on, you have Ferguson manipulating Eve into thinking that Jake has feelings for Eve, and she tells her to pretty much go with your gut, go with your feelings, press up on him, and just express how you feel towards him. And I love Ferguson in this episode. So going back to the cell, and Miles is looking for this camera by any means, and I feel like her and Boomer are going to have some words with each other when shit goes down. I don't think Miles is making out of this series alive. She's completely abused her power to the point where she was gonna let a dude search Boomer's coochie. It was just like, bro, you are wilding right now. You're overstepping your boundaries. So Lou wants Mari to get this phone for some reasons. But before she could do that, this is where things get really interesting with the whole Rita story. You got Jones letting Mari on a little secret about Rita. We don't know the full context or what he kind of bribed her with, but man, we're gonna get into that. So Jake pretty much is in one of the conjugal areas. This is where Eve tries to make a fast one on Jake, and Jake's just like, no, what are you doing? And that kind of goes left. Ferguson continuously is in Eve's ear saying, like, he used to do this again, and just planting these seeds, these lies and stuff like that. And he used to say, even going as far as to saying that Jake used to abuse Vera, which obviously didn't happen, but that leads into something that we're going to get into very shortly. But I want to talk about this scene really quick. Now, Mari pulls Rita to the side or into the janitor's closet, whatever, and lets her know, like, yo, I know that you're a cop. And that's a huge no-no in jail. That just puts an automatic target on your back. And I'm wondering what Mari's gonna do with this information. What was promised to her by Jones and stuff, because Jones is trying to get Rita out of the way because she's trying to fight back and clear her name. Let me know in the comments below, what did Jones promise Mari? Because he mentioned, like, you're spending 25 years in here, so maybe maybe Jones promised Mari, like, look, if you spread the word around the prison, I can knock some time off your sentence. I don't know, maybe it's as clear as that. But anyways, going back to Eve, she tries to get her revenge on Jake, but not only Jake. Ferguson tries with Ferguson, but ends up failing. Tries to lock her into this freezer, ends up losing an eye, and this really starts to set things off in the prison, because now you have Ferguson that is obviously, and I like that she's kind of not blowing her spot up or nothing like that. She's still Ferguson, but she's trying to play chess while everybody else is playing checkers and stuff. And Vera's like, man, we got to get to the bottom of this. We got to figure out what to do to get rid of Ferguson, because she's going to become a problem. And Miller's just completely plays dumb. They can't get rid of Miller. They got to just play it smart. Vera is able to find Jake because Jake wasn't responding, and this whole time you thought, oh man, he's probably dead. No, he had his pants pulled down and everything, so he might have been sexually assaulted. He doesn't want this to get out, because he feels like he'll be a laughing stock and stuff. So it's interesting, man. We're starting to see things play out, but like I said, we only got 4 episodes left, so I just don't know how they're gonna wrap all this up. But anyways, getting towards the end of the episode, you have Lou and Judy talking about the plan, and Judy's thinking about calling things off, and Lou's letting her know, like, you got no pull over here. You pretty much you take orders from me, and she has to pretty much put her in her place. Speaking of which, going back to the dining hall, Boomer's trying to figure out how to get rid of this camera. Lou actually finds the eye in her jelly, or her jello, and I love the line that Ferguson gives, like, I have my eye on you, because earlier in the episode, Lou and her kind of bumped heads, and I just like that, and that was just really so cold and really dope to me. Then we have Vera and Will trying to figure out what exactly they can do to get rid of Ferguson and to really clean this up before things go left. Rita is kind of at a loss for words. She doesn't know what she's gonna do. Maybe she's gonna have to get rid of Rita, or maybe Ruby is going to be the one to kill Mari, to get rid of her. And Mari's trying to get as much information as possible, because she's pretty much playing double agent, trying to get as much information on what Lou and Judy are planning. But before they're able to kind of let each other know a secret, Mari and Lou end up having sex. It was really weird, but will Mari end up telling Lou who Rita really is? But she really doesn't have any reason to. But it's just, that's a lot of information if that starts to spread around, that's really dangerous for Rita. I don't know, man. Like I said, 4 episodes left. Let me know how you guys feel about this episode in the comments below. Till next time, I'm out.